So this is my very first stand-up special called Come Get Slandered. And real quick, I just want to give a big shout out to some of my inspirations, some of the best comedians ever. You know, I want you to give a round of applause for these guys. Richard Pryor, Mitch Hedberg, Freddie, Prinze Sr., George Lopez, Russell Peters, Bill Burr, Chris Rock, George Carlin, Rodney Dangerfield, and last and the least, Dave Chappelle. I'm just kidding, man. He's funny, but he totally fell off. You know, I remember I went to go see Dave back when he was just getting out of his hiatus. And, man, he would just come on stage and not give a fuck. You know, I think he was at Bojangles Coliseum here in Charlotte. And this man he just smoked a couple cigarettes on stage and left. And I was like, wow, you can do that? So that just made me feel a little bit better about what I'm about to do to y'all right now. Okay, where do I even begin? You know, tell you my name is Shiv. Everybody calls me Shiv. You know, I'm not your typical brown man, because I know that's how we identify here. We identify by color. We don't really go off of, you know, the fact that we're all American. We just go off being white, being black, being brown. You know, I feel kind of weird telling Asian people that they're yellow. I never actually see the yellow person. If you're yellow, you might have jaundice. Or you might be on The Simpsons. You ever notice how The Simpsons, everybody's yellow? Dr. Hibbert is black. Abu is brown. It's not supposed to be funny, but it's just an observation. You know, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the observations I've seen in America. You know, I'm from New Jersey, but I also grew up down south in Charlotte, North Carolina, South Side. You know what I mean? One of the ghettoest neighborhoods I've ever seen. And I've been to many different places. Once you're in a ghetto neighborhood, you just want to never fucking go back there. I'm lucky I made it out of there, you know? A lot of people, they're just stuck there forever. So I'm blessed. Blessed to get the fuck up out of there. And if you have the opportunity, get the fuck up out of there and don't go back. Because the niggas down there, they do not give a fuck about shit. Okay? You know when you see people marching for Black Lives Matter? They do not give a fuck about Black lives down there. Black lives do not matter down there. You know what I mean? Down there, everybody's just trying to take from each other. You could be poor, and a nigga will kick in your door and then take the shit that you don't got. You know? So, you can't help these people. Right now, there's a big thing going on called Support Black Business. And you know, the number one black business that everybody's opening right now? You know what the number one black business is? It's a t-shirt company, man. You know why they open t-shirt companies? Because niggas gonna put each other on t-shirts. Man, we gotta stop this black on black violence, man. It's not right. You know, you'll never see a white musician make a song dissing another white musician and then go out and kill that motherfucker. And then make a song about killing that motherfucker and then get arrested for making that song, confessing to the crime, and then have all the fans show up talking about free Whitey. It sometimes feels like, man, we're going back in time, you know? We got some black people who act like they get to decide who is and isn't black, you know? Excuse me, sir. This is a black-only water fountain. I'll have to ask you to use a different one, please. Thank you. You know, the other day I got pressed by a white Black Panther on this Kendrick Lamar Drake beef. You know, he opened up by saying, "Ibom Bay." I got scared and I believed him. You know, I locked my car door. And I was already in the garage at home. I was like, oh, damn, I need to get out of my car. Why did I do that? You know, I think the news is fucking a lot of people's minds up, you know, making us feel like it's a little bit worse outside than it actually is. Because, you know, now you got 24/7, just all the worst stories ever happening all at once in your face, you know? We see a lot of this police brutality, man. That's a real big issue these days. Police brutality, you know? A lot of people getting scared. I think I got a solution for that, you know? It's called Uber Police, all right? This is my idea for how we can solve this. Basically, we get this app called Uber Police, right? We all download the app. They mail us Glocks. They mail us Dodge Chargers. They mail us gas cards, Krispy Kreme gift cards, right? And then we just log in and baton beat the shit out of people, right? Because if we're all on the same team, then we ain't got nothing to worry about, right? Crime will go down to zero. Jails will be empty. Unemployment rate would be fixed, right? Hedge funds would make zillions of dollars, and there's not a single loser in this business model. I think we got a solution here, folks. What y'all think? Man, it's this news, it's this social media, it's so many things messing up people's minds, man. See a lot of white ladies on Twitter right now, you know? See white ladies on Twitter on the app, like, their bios look crazy. Their bio looks something like, boy, mom, patriot, my heart bleeds white, red, and blues. I fart the star-spangled banner, and Jesus is my king. Never left, always right. MAGA. Bitch, just be Deborah. You're not going to meet a man on this app who looks at this and goes, she's the one for me. I want to yell at her at Applebee's. It's hard being married in this era with all the social media stuff going on. I was married. I was with somebody for 10 years. I told my wife that I was seeing a therapist. She told me she's seeing another man. Now that I'm single, I've been trying to date a little bit. I was getting on some dating apps. I'm on social media a little bit. I try to hit the bar sometimes, but, the style has changed. I remember back in my day, like girls, they look natural. Nowadays, they got on all kinds of stuff, man. They got claws like Wolverine on their hands. They got feather dusters on their eyelashes. They got full-on mops on top of their hair. You be thinking that's her hair. You wake up in the morning, she got a fade just like me. It's crazy. Like, I feel like nowadays I gotta take a picture of her. I gotta go to Photoshop, and then I gotta see what's all under there. Sometimes I feel like I'm a Scooby Doo Mysteries, solving a mystery. Got you, bitch. Aha! That's who you are. It was different back before I got married. There wasn't no apps. If you wanted to talk to a girl, you had to have some courage. You just walk up to her and talk to her. Life is all about taking chances and noticing the opportunity when it's there. Looking back, I remember I was in Dirty Jerz one time at a hookah spot, and this belly dancer was eyeing me down, and she was going ham. Just eye fucking me. I was 22, man. I didn't know that she was flirting. That's how stupid I used to be. I think I might have missed my opportunity with that one. When the opportunity comes, you gotta take it and add to your life story. I think she was doing her mating dance, and I didn't even know it. I could have 4 or 5 Habibis right now running around. But actually, I don't think I want to be on no terror watch list. So maybe it's a good thing I didn't take it. I think social media is just messing up people's minds because they just be thinking too hard, and sometimes they go too far and they end up right back at the beginning. It's like they're not thinking, Like, I saw somebody that said they wanted to open up a charity for child abuse. Charity for child abuse. Can you imagine that? Sounds like such a nice sentiment. Charity for child abuse. All these children that's getting abused, we're going to open up a little charity for them, and we're going to help them out. And I was like, yeah, man, that's a good sentiment. I got to thinking. I was like, yo, my parents used to beat my ass all the time. When would they ever take me to this charity for child abuse? Can you imagine what that looks like? Packing into the car, you take it too long. Your parents, hey, hurry up, get in the car. I said, get in the car. Bop, bop. That gonna work? I remember one day, child services came to the house, right? And my dad was like, if you tell them I hit you, they'll take you to jail. Do you want to go to jail? Okay, good. We can do that. So don't tell them nothing. Some situations like child abuse is just difficult, man. And when people don't know what to do in a difficult situation, you know what they do? They pray for you. Thoughts and prayers. You know, praying is weird, man. It's so weird. Because it's like if you're dehydrating and I drink a glass of water for you, you know? How silly is that, you know? And to make matters worse, imagine you're a racist white man and I got this water from a black-only fountain. Now the white Black Panthers are going to be pissed at both of us. You know? Now we're both going to hell. You know, I think a lot about heaven and hell and religion and all this stuff. And I was thinking the other day, man, like, hell has to have levels, you know? It can't just be one open hall for everybody. For real. You know? You ever walk through a graveyard? You know, it's depressing as hell. You know, it's like a parking lot for forgotten people. Just rows and rows of headstones. You know, a lot of them nobody even visits, or the people that visit, they got their own headstone now. You know, it's like a real estate pyramid scheme. You know, I used to sell weed in the graveyard right outside the clubs in uptown Charlotte. You know, I know people were stumbling out. They was gonna look for a burger or a bad decision, and I was gonna be there to serve them something. You know, but you know, this is what gets me, right? If I'm going to hell for selling a little bit of weed in a graveyard, right? Then the hell needs better zoning laws. You know, what kind of dumbass system would put a petty weed dealer in the same place as a guy who chopped up his whole family? Same punishment? Really? Man, God can't be this bad at man. That's why I don't buy into this whole heaven and hell devil routine, man. It just sounds like another man-made hustle. You know, like fear and guilt wrapped in a collection plate. Like, you really think some bearded sky landlord is keeping track of all your mistakes like a debt collector? Come on, man. He's got to have something better to do than that. God can't be no debt collector. I think if God's real, man, he got way better things to do than audit my tax returns and count my bong rips. You know what I mean? You know, if I'm going to be judged by anybody, let it be a white Black Panther pressing me on this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, okay? Ibambe!